too hard.
Welcome to Pure Power Wrestling PowerSlam on Spotlight. My name is Kevin Barrow, coming to you from the German Canadian Club in Lethbridge, Alberta, for another exciting night of pro wrestling action featuring the stars of Pure Power Wrestling, kicking things off with singles action as Angelica goes one-on-one with the Killer Bee. Folks, this is interspecies wrestling action coming to you on PowerSlam TV. And listen to this ovation for Angelica, one of the most beloved stars in all of Pure Power Wrestling.
Whatever, you're in grade 4, shut your mouth. Use it, buddy.
And as we await the Killer Bee, this is a PPW star that we have seen a real change in recent months here on PowerSlam TV. You see accompanied to the ring by Cyanide. Killer Bee at one point, just like Angelica, one of the most beloved PPW stars on the roster. But in recent months, I mean, he has really changed his ways since aligning with Cyanide. Cyanide making an attempt to show the Killer Bee what he calls the error of his ways and make him a success here in PPW. So some would argue that the Killer Bee was a successful PPW star before aligning with Cyanide, but something about Cyanide, there's been something that has drawn the Killer Bee to Cyanide and seemingly, completely changed the Killer Bee as a person. Cyanide here at ringside, you have to figure that he is going to play into this match in some way. He seemingly can't help himself but get involved in the Killer Bee's matches.
And his opponent, weighing in at 168 pounds and coming from the high.
And the bell sounds, we are underway in our opening contest this evening here on PowerSlam TV. It'll be interesting to see how these two match up. They have faced off in the past, but tonight here on PowerSlam we have a Killer Bee with a completely new attitude, and it's going to be interesting to see how this duo matches up. And this crowd letting the Killer Bee know exactly what they think of his change in attitude. As we have a collar and elbow tie up in the center of the ring, the Killer Bee goes behind on Angelica. Waist lock. The Killer Bee's got this waist lock in. What's Angelica gonna do? She's gonna have to break those hands. Makes a little bit of separation with the hips. Pumps those hips and breaks the grip of the Killer Bee. And as I said, these two have gone at it before. They know each other very well. They're going to know their counters. They're going to know how to counter wrestle one another as we get another collar elbow tie. This time Angelica with the go behind. Angelica's got this in tight. Killer Bee, what's he going to do here? Pops his own hips. The Killer Bee breaking the hold. I mean, impressive counter wrestling from these two stars in the early going tonight on PowerSlam TV. And another collar and elbow tie-up. And these two now struggling into the ropes. The Killer Bee, it looks like he may be on top. And breaking clean. Killer Bee may have the strength advantage, a little bit of a leverage advantage. Irish whip, throws a clothesline, and both the Killer Bee and Angelica look for a hip attack. And both catch each other on the derriere in the center of the ring. Another lock up here. This time Angelica overpowers the Killer Bee into the corner. And a big chop to the chest. Angelica still got the Killer Bee in the corner. Maybe thinking of another chop here. And listen to the sound coming off of the chest of the Killer Bee. Irish whip. Angelica puts the Killer Bee into the corner. Follows it up. Comes in, but the Killer Bee able to duck out of the way, trip Angelica face first into the middle turnbuckle. And Cyanide now getting into the face of Angelica. Surprisingly though, Cyanide not getting involved in this match, not putting his hands on Angelica. And the Killer Bee now looks for the choke on the middle rope, puts all of his weight across the throat, and sends Angelica face first into the top turnbuckle. This crowd, again, letting the Killer Bee know exactly what they think of this change of attitude as he drives Angelica into the corner with a few shoulders. And once again, Angelica head first into that top turnbuckle. The Killer Bee now plants the boot into the throat. Blatant choke in front of our official. And Cyanide, it looks like he's almost considering getting involved here. You see him duck down at ringside as the Killer Bee now. Big stomp to the forearm. And another stomp to the ankle now of Angelica. This crowd completely relentless towards the Killer Bee as he transitions into a rear chin lock. Killer Bee putting all of his weight on Angelica's shoulders here. Angelica is going to have to get up off the mat, get up onto her feet if she wants to relieve some of the pressure. It looks like the official, having a look here, no choke from the Killer Bee, but easily cutting off some of the blood flow to Angelica's brain. Angelica, though, able to get back to her feet, elbow into the midsection of the Killer Bee, but the Killer Bee grabs the hair and drives her head first into the mat. Our official now, admonishing the Killer Bee, but from the beginning of this match, it's been rule after rule broken by the Killer Bee, and not much interest in listening to what our official has to say here this evening. Angelica down on the mat from a hair beel. Bee going back to the hair. And throws Angelica again with the hair beel. Cyanide in Angelica's face. Angelica takes a swipe at Cyanide. But again, Cyanide not interjecting physically in this match. The Bee's got Angelica in the corner. Irish Whip puts Angelica in. Bee measures. And a big running clothesline. That's a lot of force to the chest, to the jaw of Angelica. Angelica once again in the corner. The Killer Bee measures Angelica a second time, and a running stinger splash to Angelica. Transitions into a side headlock, and a bulldog face smash. Center of the ring, Angelica is down. And the Killer Bee, what's he got in mind here? Up to the bottom, now up to the middle rope. The Killer Bee up to the middle rope. Comes off, looks for a big knee drop. Angelica out of the way. You have to figure if he'd hit that knee drop, this would be all over. But Angelica now back to her feet, runs right through the Killer Bee with a big shoulder tackle. Killer Bee in the corner. Angelica, big running hip attack, drives the wind out of the Bee. Snapmare puts the Bee down. And Angelica, big running neck snap. Angelica hooks the leg lateral press. 1, 2. Only 2. Big neck snap, but not enough to put the Killer Bee away. The Killer Bee, don't let the fan reaction, don't let the black and yellow gear fool you. The Killer Bee very tough, able to sneak out. Big clothesline, puts Angelica down. The Bee back in charge here in this match. The Killer Bee puts Angelica down, comes off the ropes, drops an elbow. I don't think the Bee quite caught all of the elbow. Back press, very cocky cover, only 2. Not enough to put Angelica away. Very cocky cover, you have to figure. Perhaps he could have put Angelica away if he had a little bit more weight put down on that cover. The Killer Bee Irish Whip, Angelica reversal. The Killer Bee ducks under a clothesline. looks for a backbreaker here. Angelica now tries to reverse. Angelica, she's got the mask. Killer B successful with the backbreaker. I don't think he quite got all of the backbreaker because now the Killer B's mask has been turned to the side. The Killer B can't see Angelica back to her feet. The Killer B unable to see in the center of the ring. He's back to his feet. Angelica gets the wrist. Drops down, drives the boot into the chin. Back press, hook both legs. 1, 2, 3. And Angelica picks up the win as we go to a very brief commercial break. And we are back here on PowerSlam TV with our featured contest this evening. Triple threat action for the Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. But I'm going to take just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. While we were in that commercial break, we had a few things go down between the Killer B and Cyanide and Angelica, and none other than Vinny Valentine. As I said, in the commercial break, you can find that footage on YouTube or Facebook, youtube.com/purepowerwrestling, facebook.com/purepowerwrestling, to find out exactly what went down between the Killer B and Cyanide and Angelica and Vinny Valentine. But in the ring, ladies and gentlemen, your former Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Champion Kyle Sebastian looking to regain the championship against Chris Parrish tonight. And I mean, what more needs to be said? Showering the fans at ringside in gold, Kyle Sebastian, the king here in PPW of the Golden Shower. As we await our other two competitors, and you see Sebastian, I mean, this is the attitude that we've talked about in the past, the complete lack of respect. As you can see here, the gentleman at ringside just trying to collect Sebastian's gear, and I mean, complete disrespect, the only way to put it. Absolutely disgusting to an individual at ringside just trying to help Sebastian out. And our next competitor here, making his way to the ring, 369 pounds of the big, sexy beast. Just weeks ago here on PowerSlam TV, laying out Kyle Sebastian in the center of the ring and declaring the adult social society dead. If anyone in Pure Power Wrestling knows Kyle Sebastian, knows how to beat Kyle Sebastian, it is the big, sexy beast. And I mean, having a good time on its way to the ring, but don't let that fool you, ladies and gentlemen. The big, sexy beast, a former two-time Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, looks to make it 3 tonight. You see Sebastian in the ring, mocking the big, sexy beast. But I have a feeling he will not be mocking anyone when this 369-pound powerhouse is in the ring, nose to nose with Sebastian. And now awaiting the Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Champion as these two former friends, these two former partners, staring each other down. This is deeply personal, but it is all about that. Around Chris Parrish's waist, the Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. The biggest championship available here in Pure Power Wrestling, and Parrish, known as the People's Champion, carries that belt with pride. You see the reaction from the PPW fans at ringside for the Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Chris Parrish. And just listen to this reaction, these cheers for Chris Parrish. But Parrish knows he has a gigantic uphill battle ahead of him as Kyle Sebastian and Bradley Graham both want that Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. But you're going to have to question, are they going to be able to take their attention off one another for long enough to beat anyone in this match and walk it with that belt? As our senior official Curtis Barnum shows off to each of these competitors what this match is all about, I would remind you, ladies and gentlemen, no disqualifications in this match, no countouts, triple threat rules. The champion does not have to be pinned or made to submit to lose that PPW Heavyweight Championship. No champion's advantage in this match. Well, it looks like Sebastian here trying to talk the big sexy beast into a bit of a partnership.
He's trying to get you to do all of his work for him.
Well, that's just, well, Parrish is correct. Sebastian spent 18 months, just trying to get the big sexy beast to do all of his work for him. Parrish and Sebastian now center of the ring. A series of shoves, and the big sexy beast lays both men out. Bradley Graham emphatically making a statement tonight. I am my own man, and I want that Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Championship as he crushes Chris Parrish in the corner. Graham now, he's got Kyle Sebastian. Irish whip corner to corner goes Sebastian, and Graham head of steam and crushes Sebastian in the corner. 369 pounds, driving the wind out of Kyle Sebastian. Graham's got him stacked up, and another big splash into both men. Graham throws Parrish into the corner, looks to do it again. Irish whip Kyle Sebastian. Parrish, though, up and over Sebastian down to the floor. Completely laid out on the floor here. The German Canadian Club and Chris Parrish, full head of steam, tries to take out the big sexy beast, but runs into a wall. The beast now has Parrish up, puts him down with a big Samoan drop. Graham with the cover. Only two, though. Kick out by Chris Parrish. Big forearm shot to the back of Parrish. And Graham has got Parrish up, and no, we've seen this before. The headlock, side headlock, fingers into the trunks. And the stinky fingers to Chris Parrish. Stinky fingers to Parrish. Parrish tries to rally, but scooped and slammed in the center of the ring. Lateral press. Sebastian now able to recover, break up the pin. Big drop kick from Parrish. And Parrish now clothesline, only staggering the beast. A second clothesline off the ropes, and a big third clothesline, but again, only able to stagger Bradley Graham. Chris Parrish now goes upstairs. Parrish up top, big missile drop kick. Still though, not enough to take the big sexy beast off his feet. As Sebastian now, a series of shots to Parrish. Sebastian, big Irish whip reversal. Sebastian with the clothesline. The big sexy beast hung up on the top rope. Drop kick. And the big sexy beast now going to head to the floor. May have injured his back. Sebastian able to block a drop kick from Chris Parrish. Drops an elbow. Point of the elbow into the back of the neck. Sebastian now in control. Big forearm club. Irish whip. In goes Chris Parrish. And Sebastian with that big left hand clothesline staggers Chris Parrish. Parrish now in the center of the ring. Sebastian very cocky cover. Nowhere near a 3 count. Not going to be enough to put Chris Parrish away. There's a lot of fight left in Chris Parrish. You're going to have to do a lot more than that to take the PPW Championship from Parrish, as Sebastian runs through Parrish's head with a big knee. Snapmare takedown. Sebastian off the ropes. Big flying back elbow. The Beast tries to get involved, and Sebastian with a kick to the midsection for his troubles. The Big Sexy Beast now has been several moments unable to get involved in this match as Chris Parrish tries to fight back. Sebastian, though, able to cut him off. And a big chop to the chest. Sebastian shot to the midsection. Still has Parrish in the corner. Big chop. The second big chop of the match. The Big Sexy Beast unable to get involved in the last several moments. Chris Parrish, though, now rallies. Fights back up to the second rope. Big second rope back elbow. Goes for the cover. Hooks the legs. Only two. Both men now slowly get back to their feet. Parrish goes after Sebastian. Sebastian now heads first into that turnbuckle. The Big Sexy Beast slowly trying to make his way up. Sebastian, big overhand right, and a running drop kick to the Big Sexy Beast. The Big Sexy Beast may be hurt, may have tweaked his back, landing awkwardly on the top rope just a few minutes ago. Irish whip, in goes Kyle Sebastian. Parrish, though, taking a little bit too much time, and Sebastian gets a boot up. Parrish running face first into that boot, back press, hooks the leg, only two. The Big Sexy Beast again trying to get involved, and again a big running forearm from Sebastian. Sebastian very smart, trying to keep this a one-on-one match to keep the Big Sexy Beast out. Looks for a big stalling vertical suplex. Drops the champion. He's got him up and puts him down with a brainbuster, center of the ring. Sebastian now makes the cover lateral press. Kick out at 2 from the PPW Heavyweight Champion.
Why don't you stay on the outside where you belong? Shut your mouth.
Well, Sebastian now talking some trash to the Big Sexy Beast. Hangs him up on the top rope. Again, it's been quite a while since the Big Sexy Beast has been able to get involved in this match. Parrish now being choked in the corner by Kyle Sebastian. Sebastian being admonished by our official. Remember, no disqualifications, no countouts, but senior official Curtis Barnum, big chop from Sebastian. Senior official Curtis Barnum will try his best to maintain order, try his best to maintain sportsmanship, but good luck with that from Kyle Sebastian. Forearm shot, and Parrish now, the PPW Heavyweight Champion, in a precarious position. Up on that second rope, Sebastian thinking superplex, but in from behind comes the Big Sexy Beast. The Big Sexy Beast has him hooked, looking for a powerbomb and a Tower of Doom. The Beast looks for a cover. Sebastian, though, just flops down. And Bradley Graham now, he's got to decide what he wants to do. Back to his feet. It looks like he's looking to inflict some punishment on both Kyle Sebastian and the Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. This crowd rallying behind the Big Sexy Beast, chanting "sexy" here. And a big clothesline drops Sebastian. Huge lariat-style clothesline puts down the champ. Crushes Sebastian in the corner. Follows it up with another big 369-pound splash. Scoop and a slam. Sebastian down in the center. Out staggers the champ. Puts Parrish down. Looks for the cover. Both men, though, kicking out at a count of 2. Parrish now going to roll to the outside.
It's time. Here it comes.
And, well, the Big Sexy Beast claiming that it's time. He's got that side headlock. We've seen this before. Down into the trunks goes the hand, and out come the stinky fingers. Sebastian will try his best to block it, trying to prevent it. And Sebastian now bites down on the fingers. I don't think I've ever seen that before, ladies and gentlemen. And off the top rope comes Chris Parrish, the PPW Heavyweight Champion, breaking the hold. and looks for a big crossbody, but caught out of the air by the big sexy beast. The beast has him loaded up, looking for a Samoan drop. And a low drop kick from Cougar Meat puts Bradley Graham and Chris Parrish down. It looks like Graham may have taken the worst of that. Graham now slowly making his way back to his feet. Sebastian swings and misses. Graham goes underneath, looking for a big German suplex. Don't miss Chris Parrish though, heading up to the top rope. And Chris Parrish off the top, attempts a sunset flip, German suplex, 3 men down. Parrish though, forced to get back to his feet. Both Sebastian and Graham struggling to regain a vertical base. The big sexy beast now able to get back up. Running in, Parrish ducks out of the way. The beast takes the chest to the turnbuckle. Attempt at a sunset flip here. And what is this? The big sexy beast drops 369 pounds across the chest. Sebastian is down, all of the wind driven out of him. Parrish up to the top rope. And a big flying frog splash. Hooks both legs. 1, 2, 3. It is all over. Still, your Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the People's Champion, Chris Parrish, able to put an end to this bitter personal rivalry with Kyle Sebastian here tonight, able to overcome 2 men, the Big Sexy Beast and Kyle Sebastian, and retain that PPW Heavyweight Championship. And now he goes on next Saturday, April the 20th, one-on-one with the PPW Heavyweight Championship on the line against the man who won the Power Rumble. This man right here, Sidney Steele, entering the ring to present the champion with his heavyweight championship belt, presented to Chris Parrish, and well, not exactly handing it off. A little bit of a tug of war there. Looks to be showing Chris Parrish, I want that championship. We may be friends, but I want that title belt. Chris Parrish wants it. These fans want it. One-on-one for the Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, April 20th. German-Canadian called the Lethbridge, and there you see the show of sportsmanship, the handshake in the center of the ring. Sidney Steele raising the winner's hand, and your winner, still the Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Chris Parrish. But will that be the case? In 1 week, as he goes one-on-one with Sidney Steele, Pure Power Wrestling PowerSlam 8, a celebration of 8 years of PPW. But tonight, the story is all about Chris Parrish retaining that Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Championship belt against 2 men, and now going to the fans, going to the crowd, going to his people, the PPW Heavyweight Champion, but possibly more importantly, the People's Champion, Chris Parrish. And I mean, Parrish completely beloved by these PPW fans, but in just 1 week, he goes one-on-one with Sidney Steele for the Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Thank you for tuning in tonight on Shaw Spotlight, and we will see you next week.